The story of modern worship music is told. One name stands tall: Ron Kenoly. His songs crossed borders, denominations, and generations, shaping how millions of believers praise God. But behind the worship legend is a woman whose love, faith, and voice of honor matter just as much: Diana Canoli, his wife, partner, and fiercest supporter. This is not just a biography of a famous worship leader. It is the story of a marriage rooted in faith, of love forged in purpose, and of a woman who openly honors the man God called her to walk beside. Let us begin with the man whose music changed worship forever. Ronald Charles Kenoly was born on December 6, 1944, in Coffeyville, Kansas, in the United States. Raised in a Christian environment, Ron's early years were shaped by church, gospel music, and a growing awareness that his life belonged to God. Before global recognition, Ron served in the United States Air Force, an experience that instilled discipline, humility, and resilience. During this season, his faith deepened, and music became more than talent, it became ministry. Ron's defining chapter began at Jubilee Christian Center in San Jose, California, where he served as worship pastor. It was there that the sound the world would later embrace was refined: joyful praise, scripture-rich lyrics, and worship that invited everyone to participate. Albums like "Lift Him Up, Ancient of Days" and "Jesus is Alive" became global worship staples. His songs were sung in churches, stadiums, conferences, and crusades across Africa, Europe, Asia, and the Americas. Ron Kenoly didn't just lead worship. He taught the church how to praise with freedom, excellence, and biblical depth. Yet despite fame, Ron remained grounded. He often reminded listeners that worship was never about the singer, the stage, or the sound, but about God alone. Behind this public ministry stands Diana Canoli, a woman of deep faith, leadership, and grace. Diana is an ordained minister, global leader, and humanitarian. She is widely respected for her work in ministry leadership, international engagement, and faith-based service. Known for her strength of character and quiet authority, Diana embodies wisdom earned through years of service rather than public spotlight. Her calling extends beyond being the wife of. She has served in leadership and ambassadorial roles, advocating for unity, service, and spiritual growth across cultures. Diana brings structure where vision exists, and compassion where leadership is needed. When she married Ron Kenoly, their union reflected maturity. Two lives joined not by fame, but by purpose. Ron Kenoly's life journey includes earlier seasons of marriage and fatherhood, with sons who carry his legacy forward. His marriage to Diana marked a new chapter, one centered on partnership, wisdom, and shared ministry in later years. Together, Ron and Diana represent a model rarely highlighted: seasoned love, faith refined by experience, and ministry rooted in obedience rather than applause. They travel, minister, and serve as a team, Ron with his unmistakable voice of worship, and Diana with strategic leadership, prayer, and unwavering support. In moments of reflection, Diana Canoli has spoken with deep admiration and gratitude for her husband. Her words reveal not just respect for a worship icon, but love for the man behind the microphone. She has described Ron as a man whose private worship matched his public praise, emphasizing that his greatest ministry was not on stage, but in how he lived daily, faithful, humble, and obedient to God. Diana honors Ron not merely for his musical legacy, but for his character, his commitment to prayer, his devotion to family, and his heart for the global church. She often highlights how Ron never chased applause, but chased God's presence. In her tribute, Diana affirms that Ron's greatest achievement is not measured in albums sold or stages filled, but in lives transformed through worship. She celebrates his obedience, resilience through challenges, and unwavering belief that worship opens heaven's doors. Her tribute stands as a reminder that behind every powerful ministry is a life of unseen faithfulness, and often, a spouse who witnesses it all. Ron Kenoly's songs continue to echo in churches across the world. New generations sing words he penned decades ago, often without realizing the depth of sacrifice, prayer, and obedience behind them. Diana Canoli's role in this legacy is profound. She represents the unseen strength behind public ministry, the voice that encourages, the heart that intercedes, and the partner who stands firm when crowds fade. Together, their story teaches us that legacy is built in partnership, sustained by faith, and sealed by love. If Ron Kenoly's worship has ever touched your heart, if a song like Ancient of Days or Lift Him Up ever carried you through a season, or if you believe in honoring the people behind our faith journey, like this video, subscribe for more powerful faith stories, comment below with your favorite Ron Kenoly song or a message for Diana Canoli. Your engagement helps keep these stories alive and reaching the world. Thank you for watching, and may worship never leave your lips.